history, the world has borne witness to horrific events where the scale of human cruelty is almost incomprehensible. While the Holocaust and the Rwandan genocide are often discussed, there exist other, less remembered atrocities that have shaped our world in profound yet forgotten ways. We delve into these neglected chapters of human history. In the early 20th century, amidst the upheaval of the First World War, the Ottoman Empire carried out a brutal campaign against the Armenian people. Estimated 5 million Armenians perished between 1910 and 1922. Families were uprooted, communities decimated, and a vibrant culture nearly annihilated. Despite the overwhelming evidence, the Armenian genocide struggles for recognition on the world stage, often overshadowed by political considerations. Jumping across continents, we find the Herero and Namakwa genocide in what is now Namibia. In the early 1900s, German colonial forces sought to crush resistance from these indigenous communities. The result was a systematic campaign of extermination that wiped out over 80% of the Herero population and half of the Namakwa. This dark period is regarded by many historians as the first genocide of the 20th century, yet it remains a footnote in history books. To Asia, the late 1960s and 1970s saw Indonesia embroiled in a campaign of mass killings aimed at purging communists and suspected sympathizers. Orchestrated by the Indonesian government, an estimated 500,000 to a million people were slaughtered. This often overlooked genocide reflects the Cold War's brutal chess game, where human lives were mere pawns. In Latin America, the Guatemalan Civil War, lasting from 1960 to 96, bore witness to the genocide of indigenous Maya peoples by government forces. The conflict, driven by political and ethnic tensions, resulted in the deaths of over 200,000 people, the majority of whom were civilians. Despite a United Nations report classifying these acts as genocide, public awareness remains shockingly low. The 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War also brought horrific violence, where West Pakistan's military unleashed a campaign of terror on East Pakistan, now Bangladesh. For 9 months, estimates suggest up to 3 million people were killed, with targeted atrocities committed against Hindus, intellectuals, and women. The echoes of this conflict still resonate in Bangladesh today, though the events are often underreported internationally. These forgotten genocides serve as stark reminders of the capacity for cruelty that exists within humanity. They also highlight the necessity for vigilance, education, and remembrance. Each of these atrocities, though unique in historical and cultural context, shares a common thread: silence and denial that only perpetuate the cycle of violence. In conclusion, to truly honor the victims of these tragedies, we must bring these forgotten stories to light. Acknowledgement and education are our strongest weapons against the recurrence of such horrors. Remembering these neglected genocides, we take a vital step toward justice and healing, ensuring that these dark chapters are never repeated.